everybody, and welcome to Albert's Wonderful World of Horrible Movies, the show where we take a look at direct-to-video trash and try to decide if it's good, bad, or so bad it's good. Today, we're taking a look at Triassic World. This movie just released from the asylum to coincide with Jurassic World 2, Jurassic Park 5, however that numbering system works. And Triassic World, instead of being this expansive, special effects heavy style of dinosaur movie that you're gonna get with Jurassic World and Jurassic World 2, instead it takes the concept of dinosaurs in the modern world and it shrinks it down and puts it in a very confined space. The premise of the film is that there is a lab called Triassic that is developing dinosaurs so that they can put and grow human organs inside the dinosaurs. They explain why they're doing this, but trust me, it still doesn't make any sense. And immediately, and I mean like within the first scene, like the first frame of the film, you already have your dinosaur escape. There is a dinosaur on the loose in this lab. Not everybody knows about it at the beginning of the movie, but we kick right off with the sort of gory slasher action that we're going to get in this movie. And that is one of the very smart things that they do in this film. They take what could have been ridiculous CG, sort of shooting at guns at dinosaurs, and the guns don't hurt the dinosaurs for some reason because we still need the dinosaurs to be around, and instead take it smaller. Make it more like a slasher film. Put it in a smaller space. Give it fewer characters to deal with the dinosaurs, and that to a large extent works. The dinosaurs that we're dealing with are called Gojirasaurus. I've looked this up. This is a real dinosaur that's actually named after Godzilla. Now there's some disputed questions about whether it's actually another dinosaur that's also been named after something else, but they've done their research, and furthermore, for those of you wonderful dinosaur pedants out there, it is a dinosaur from the Triassic period. So they have this one dinosaur. It's a little bigger than human size. All right, we're not talking full-size T-Rex looking dinosaur because that wouldn't work in like a building, right? So it's essentially like an 8-foot tall theropod style dinosaur. And one of these things gets out, and the people in the lab have to deal with the fact that it's been locked down, right? They've got these fail-safes. They're supposed to stop the dinosaurs from getting out, which also trap all the humans in there. It's a lab with very valuable dinosaurs as assets, so they don't have like guns and stuff. There's a lot of improvisation of tools and trying to shoot them with tranquilizer darts that don't work. All of that stuff is what works about the movie for me. And another thing in the positive column, I gotta give props to the cinematographer here. I did not look up who it was this time around, but there's actually some really cool camera work. Within the confines of what they're doing, I thought the cinematography was actually really creative. There's a lot of sort of sneaky shots of like mirrors that then pan away to show the real world, and it was well enough done that I noticed it, let's say. And I thought that was, I always like when there's people trying to do interesting experimental stuff within this very low budget framework. The place that the story breaks down and becomes not as good as it could have, for me, is the story itself. The plotting of the movie gets a little bit weak as we go in. The initial setup is pretty strong, and there are some early sort of stalker type scenes where the dinosaur's in the background hunting people. Think about the scene in Jurassic Park where the kids are hiding in the kitchen and the velociraptors are like walking on top of the tables and stuff looking for them. They get that stuff right, but they don't ever really cement exactly what they're trying to do. The characters are constantly changing their motivations as far as what they want to accomplish, whether they want the dinosaurs left alive or not, how they're going to go about these accomplishments. People have like the same identical conversation several times in a row, just I guess to pad out the script, there's one point where a guy's like, I'm leaving, and his girlfriend's like, no, don't go, and he's like, fine, I won't go. And then later on he's like, I'm leaving, and she's like, no, don't go, and he's like, no, I must go. Stuff like that just kind of bogs the movie down in the second half. It loses its direction and its focus. I can't quite put it all the way in the bad category, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I liked. I thought that the concept was strong. I like the idea of essentially a slasher movie with a dinosaur, a very confined space. And speaking of the dinosaur, you might be worried about the special effects here because it's the asylum and their CG has been shoddy at times. And on the one hand, there is some of that, okay? There is some really derpy dinosaur walking. It's like the animators heard that dinosaurs walked like birds, but in their minds they heard that they walked like nerds, and so they animated them like that. But in many of the scenes, they actually have like a physical dinosaur head prop that interacts with the actors and the scenes, and it looks pretty good. It works, again, within the small confines of the areas that they're working with, and it lets them have people actually getting bit by something that looks like a dinosaur and actually interacts with the actors bodily. And that, I thought, was a major plus. There is still, as I mentioned, a lot of derpy dinosaur-looking action, but for the most part, I thought that they balanced out really well with the physical prop that they had and made an okay dinosaur slasher movie. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Triassic World. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Albert's Wonderful World of Horrible Movies. Take care, y'all. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you like the things that we make, you should consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com. There should be a link up on your screen right now or in the description of this video. Click it, go to Patreon, and help us make awesome stuff.